picked up in the end.
Absolutely. So here's the draft. As it went down, we had Misfortune, Alawi, and Vigar bands come through. I think that's all pretty self-explanatory. And then we had
Pretty standard.
Thresh, Akali, and Ezreal. Ezreal is the one I've got a little question about. I'd love to hear, maybe don't give us everything, but I'd love to hear a little more deeper explanation on that one.
I think Miso doesn't like playing against Ezreal, and Dan did research that Josh is good at Ezreal, and so I think there's a bit of a ban that came out because of that. We were looking at, I mean, yeah, this is what our
No, that's
preparation, like the
again.
Thresh
You don't have
Jags,
to give all of.
Akali's.
You don't have to.
You know,
You don't have to give everything away, right? But that was definitely the one that like the Thresh kind of makes sense. The Akali makes
you guys did
sense.
type in the chat Ezreal.
Yeah, yeah, little question. So then, with the first pick of the draft, we did the Xin Zhao takeaway, right? You answered with
I think makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. You answered with Lux Warwick, and Lux was kind of a takeaway pick here, right? Now, obviously, it was a flex pick. I kind of for a while I assumed that it was going to be mid, but we never took it away as a flex pick. Were you intending on flexing it, or was it bot from the start?
There was an option to take it mid, but we were kind of intending for it to go bot from the start.
Okay. So we answered with the Seraphine Nautilus because Seraphine's kind of fine into Lux bot. And we could also flex Seraphine mid, right? It's a potential.
Yep.
And then you answer with Alistar, right? So once you had Alistar and Lux, was that kind of when you're like, okay, this is going to be our bot lane?
This was the planned bot lane.
Okay.
Well, the Alistar was one of our options going into the draft, and yeah. So at this point, we were pretty sure. There's still an angle, like depending on your mid lane that you lock in for us to switch here, but pretty locked on. It's probably going to be our bot lane
for sure. The bans came through next. You guys actually missed a ban. Just a little.
Talked about it too long.
But we got it was pretty much all top lane bans. Trundle, Sion, Darius, like get the top laners out of here, right?
For the purposes of record keeping, this was a Twitch ban.
Okay.
For the bassoons out there.
You had R4 and you went Orianna here, right? So this is when you decided to just like fully commit to it. You went the Orianna. You had to pick something blind, right? It was either going to be a mid lane or like you're going to pick your bot and reveal that it was Lux blind. Something was going to be blind here, right? So Orianna pretty safe, but that did leave up the Syndra. So we were fine playing the Syndra into Ori. And then we were talking...
Syndra definitely has it's not the most it's not the highest kill pressure, but Syndra has all of the priority to find engages because she has the longer reach with Scatter the Weak.
Right. And then we were talking all week, like if we ban out enough things against Matt, are we okay with like what are we blind, right? And Volibear is kind of what we were comfortable with. He had some of his best games on Volibear. We've played it a lot, and so that's kind of what we end up going with. Yeah, once the Orianna came out, we decided to not flex the Seraphine into mid because we were looking at, playing an AD bot lane, but we went for the Seraphine bot. So
yeah, I saw Seraphine. I was really expecting. I didn't know that Spike plays much Seraphine, so I was really expecting this to go to our sexy. But we recognized, like Dan definitely called it out, that like Seraphine is a flex.
Yep.
So
for sure.
It's blind Ori, and then we answer with Set as our final one into the Volibear.
Yeah. And so
there was some consideration. Matt was thinking about Pantheon, but it's like, man, Pantheon's a rough look. So here's Set.
Well, so our team, I think we were moderately happy with what we got. I'd say we were like 80-90% happy, right? It's not a perfect ideal team comp because we're not on red side, so we are going to get counterpicked in a solo lane. And that is kind of your team's strength, right? So we were never going to be like completely ecstatic with the way that it went, but we got most of what we wanted, right? Seraphine Nautilus, we took the Xin Zhao away, and we got mid on Syndra and top on a comfort champ on Volibear. How did you come out of draft feeling?
I'm on Orianna, so this is a champion I've played in competitive. I've played in solo queue. I've played this champion for 14 years, so I'm feeling very comfortable. It's real tough to take these team fights if we aren't playing around the Orianna ult, so that's what I have
play. All right, I'm gonna turn.
I think Orianna is 15 years old actually, but I'm never sure if I'm right on that or not. So sometimes I just undershoot it. It already sounds ridiculous enough in the first place.
Kind of interesting to see what you guys did
before seasons.
We went for a cheeky little level 1 here, Jason.
Yeah. Oriana's real good at the watch, though.
Yep, that's true. There wasn't really anything we could do.
If
I
I can
think
cover two ball.
I think it was fine to go for the look. You see, we like instantly left and like
I
came
think if
back.
you had gone for an instant flash onto me, I probably wouldn't have. I probably wouldn't react in time.
It's so much though to do that.
It's
Like,
a lot, but if you had, like, if you BDE'd it and found the hook onto me, it would have been sick. I convinced Spike here to give me a little show. He's nervous about it at first, but he does settle in and give me some dance. You guys are committing. He's committing really hard to going for this Raptors ward level 1. Is this like? Did you consider like we need to find where Warwick is starting?
No, it's not a need. It's definitely a want though, right? Like it's always nice to try and get some early information.
Yeah, this ward, Spike. Next time you place this, you need to place it a little deeper. You don't necessarily spot him if you place it here. I don't think this sees Raptors.
So yeah, let's check out your lane because the mid lane got pretty spicy pretty quickly here. Yeah, talk to me through kind of the matchup and how you saw it from your angle.
Yeah, but my option as Oriana, so I've taken phase rush here. So my angle is to play it out with auto attacks. I want to extend trades. I don't want only burst trades. So I'm looking for poke and extended trades. And this is like, I know Whisper is on Jinsao, but I should be relatively safe to go for this early push in. And then my option is to I want to push this deep and then get the whole wave to bounce back towards me when he can actually has openings to gank me.
Yep. So I was able to hit
Engage
the level
bot
2,
side.
land the level 2 hook and blue flash. I put the ignite down. I think the ignite was a bit overzealous.
I hit backspace out of habit because I wanted to see what happened bot. I need to resync.
All right, 236.
Okay, I'm zooming up. I need to just not touch the keyboard.
Yeah. Let me know.
236.
3, 2, 1, play.
Thank you.
Yeah. So yeah, that like it was a good angle. Got flash out bot. Orcas and Matt actually scrapping quite a bit. Dan with a flash engage onto our sexy here.
Very close.
A lot of return damage here. I kind of like I didn't want to hook too far under here, so like, I was there to help, but I kind of had to wait until they gave me some space.
Man, that was so close because he would have. Josh would have taken tower aggro. He would have died. That was very close.
Yeah, Josh was definitely pushed up there, kind
good
of
movement
in a spot where tower aggro. Yeah, you're right. It would have killed him, but hey, that's what happens when you're just on the edge.
Got away with it.
Yep. So things kind of stabilizing here. 3 teleports for either team in this game.
Okay, actually. So you do roam up here. I was thinking you probably called out that you were missing, so I figured you probably were. I was happy. This was my plan to take advantage of the very early game to push in hard and then let it come back safely to me.
Yeah, for sure. And because of the way that you're standing on this side of the lane, because of everything that I know about you over the past 4 years, I knew that Gemsy was topside based on your positioning here. And so we are able to send Whisper top in order to contest, and so Whisper gets this early scuttle, and Gemsy isn't. Gemsy decided to not contest Whisper on that scuttle.
Yeah, it's doubly so because my jungler's topside, I want to support that play, and so that's why I clear out. I don't let it get all the way to my tower. I just stay in the safe spot. But also, like, your bot's called missing, so we still play it safe. Whisper, I know he's gonna keep engaging on me, so I got Gemsy walking towards me.
Yeah, and you're just look at that. That's like 4 autos in a row, just boom, 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 landing in.
That's the phase rush.
Pings are down, so I'm on a huge roam here, and this is blind, but yeah,
that's ridiculous.
Land that hook onto you. I'm just trying to weave in as many autos as possible, but the flash out from you right as Dan is able to get there, and like Whisper, just biting off more than we could chew, and Whisper drops down. That's first blood going over to the Buckaroos. So
you just give them the chance to die on you, and sometimes they do.
Yeah, I was trying to kill you, man. I got the hook, but not much.
You guys got the hook.
Spike was really shocked that you.
This is right after. Yeah,
because
I have.
Like, holy crap! You're so low. Why is he staying?
I have bone plating. He kills me here through bone plating, and it's very close. Oh no, this is later. I want to stay here because I want to make sure I get all the experience off this creep wave.
Yeah, fair enough. Nice little spoiler alert.
Yeah, I die later. Oh well. Yep.
Yeah, so
Other than
he
that,
was
happy
just
to pick up the
confused
first blood here.
why.
But I get blue buff, and so I'm trying to make sure I come out, and then I'm gonna get back here, and I only miss 1 creep of experience. And so I get level 6 right on time, and that's what I need to play for. Nice hook forward here on the Miso. That was great.
Landed a follow-up.
Oh, the tower I thought was almost hitting you.
Got a lot
Spooky.
of damage on both of them there actually. Miso like got out.
Great shield from Josh.
Dan didn't get out though, so we turned and like just pumped damage down onto Alistar. So honestly, in this situation, it's kind of ideal for Nautilus because now I can hook either of them and it's a kill, right?
Yeah. Dan, I think smartly immediately resetting. It's a Lux down here. He should be like she's full HP. Should be okay to stay under the tower.
This is where Spike. I feel like Spike is playing this portion kind of well, but yeah, that's a nice little chunk there onto you. Kind of.
I want
out.
chunk.
You're a kill.
I want to make sure that Spike cannot leave this lane safely, and so I'm trying to push in hard, keep him poked, and then give us the opening to take these grubs.
Yep. So this is first grub going down to you guys. We we kind of like we're talking about this as it's happening, and it's like, you know what? Let's just give it. As soon as Dan shows here, we're like, oh, this is so Dragon's free, because we thought that we were trading, but like Dan showing here is crazy for us, and it doesn't affect Orcas too much, right? So
yeah, if they looked for it, I think it's, you could look for it, you could not. Dan is going for the hard roam. He's got the ignite. He has Summoner Spellbook on the Alistar, actually, with his...
Yeah, he like teleports. Look at this. He teleports back bot, and we're like, what the hell? There's 4 teleports in this game.
Yeah, I think it's Summoner Spellbook TP, so I don't really have too much of a problem with using it here to get back. Man, Misa, you could have got that creep.
One thing I didn't understand is how he got his support item upgraded so early. Like he has full wards already, so that's definitely like a nice advantage that he's
way ahead of you.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, I guess it's like 1 or 2 stacks. So it's gold. Yeah, 2 stacks ahead of you, so nothing crazy.
Matt, ooh, I didn't see this. Matt with a nice flash out, and then it's into tower. I think Matt just dies here though. Yeah, dude. What, dude?
Oh yeah, he just messed this up.
Yeah, that was actually such a sick play.
He blamed his
Matt.
minions here. He dunked them. And it just dies to the creeps. And Gemsy had his back on the cover. This was just a
dude. I actually feel so bad for Matt because that was actually kind of like a sick flash, sick outplay, but
it's an unforced error. Right there,
dies anyways. Yeah, that's rough. Okay, Shockwave here down on a Spike. A lot of damage coming through. He flashes
we gotta keep walking it through.
There's no way he's getting out of this though, is he? Yeah, no, it doesn't get out. So had to burn flash for nothing at the end of that there. Solo.
Gemsy was calling
for you.
Yep. Solo Bolo. Gemsy was calling that he was in the area, and I saw the opening with the ulti on my side of the lane, so we just run it down. We managed to pick that one up.
This was a weird one because we wanted to push in, but like we haven't seen Gemsy in a long time. So like I don't want this plate to die, but also if we commit here, then there's potentially a Warwick and an Alistar and a Lux. Like that's a lot of CC to be walking under tower.
Yeah. And pretty tanky.
Yeah.
Lux is going to be far away.
Orcas and Matt battling it out here in the top side. Fun to get to
clearly
actually
the most
watch.
action-packed lane.
For sure. They're just brawling, just testing
you
each
guys
other out.
like you're pushing into the tower, and I think with more again, like there was an opening there, but not able to find anything.
Yeah, we're able to get Dan there.
Dan not level 6 yet.
Orcas with an oh, I didn't see that. That was crazy.
Holy cow, I didn't see that either. It was so close.
Oh man.
Gemsy's a bloodthirsty little jungler.
That was insane.
He's wondering.
Wait, watching that back is insane because I don't like Orcas did not say a word, bro. He's just like, just vibing.
Yeah, that's one trade, by the way. That's from full HP.
That was crazy.
Or maybe this is it's not from full HP. So I believe this is
Yeah,
almost
so
where this is probably where I overstay. It's
us,
soon.
so our bot lane is able to pick one up there. We just committed everything onto Dan. He's only level 5, so he didn't have his like unstoppable force
Yep.
or whatever it's called,
Unbreakable
unbreakable
will.
will. Yeah, and so yeah, we're able to.
Yep. Right here, I'm looking to stay because my teleport is up soon. I'm trying to stay for this wave, and then I'm planning to leave. And then yeah, through bone
Ooh, he
plating, my
just
shield
hits
wears
you.
off, and it's just barely enough.
Honestly, pretty big tempo for us. That alleviates like a lot of mid pressure, and we're able to. Yeah, I
I
mean,
think
there's.
about as much as you had before because I teleport back immediately, and then Spike teleports to answer.
I mean, honestly,
But it's
most
good.
of it is
It's a
the
good pickup.
fact. Most of it is the fact that you flashed. Like knowing that you don't have flash is, especially for Whisper and I, is huge for us. Spike with a little bit of an overstay here. Um, yeah, definitely like a nice
Love
collapsing.
this look from Gemzy,
Oh, what
and we
a
just
supportive
teleported.
jungler. Gives the
Yeah.
kill over.
I find that like I have to encourage people to take kills. People will just give me kills, and you don't need to do that all the time. It's
Whisper
okay to get
wanted
your
this
own
fight,
way.
but like, just
I'm
can't.
really rocking the clockwork
Realistically,
windup
can't
with the
take
face
it.
rush.
Nice
And then
infinite
Gemzy calls
duress
for the
there.
finish.
Yeah, it was a nice snipe from Gemzy.
I was really happy with that pickup, and this secures our topside power. We've already got Dan roamed up, and Miso should be fine to stay bot. You guys have racked up a really sizable CS lead, though. I think Miso
Bot
needs
lane?
practice
Yeah.
farming in the
I
Lux
mean,
matchup.
we're up like 1,300 gold bot, and it's only 1 kill. So, yeah, definitely. We're definitely happy with that. Creating a lot of space. I mean, the fact that I was able to blow his flash like level 1, that's pretty huge.
So Dan and Matt, they roam together to go over to the grub so we can test that, and then they call off. And they want to roam up to the top side. They look for this kill, and it just takes so long to kill Orcas. We're calling for support back here, but Orcas managed to stay alive so long that you guys get him over here.
Yeah, the
Push us
healing.
off and kill Gemzy.
Honestly, like the healing is just insane.
Yeah, pretty ridiculous.
I felt
Really
bad
well
because I
played from them.
freaking hooked one of the little like void grubs in there, but yeah, we definitely had the stats to get that.
I left Gemzy in there to die, but I make sure we secure the second one, and then I gotta leave. I got no flash. I can't stay in that pit.
So we know that you guys have the kills at this point, but we're trying to not give over the objectives. And so like even though we didn't get those voids, we're able to stop you from getting one. So it's
Yep,
1-1
it's a stall
right
for
now
sure.
on objectives. But Matt just brute forces this tower down. I don't think it's this wave, but it like comes up soon. Look at how much damage to this tower this set is able to do.
Yep. Since last week, we've reviewed it with like his set, and I want him to take the executive choice, like go for his solo queue style. I want you to stomp lane. And we've been working on teleports in practice. So my teleports and his teleports. Miso has teleport this game, but
So we were talking about how to get in here, and it's like, guys, we need to like collapse onto either the left or the right. So Whisper and I walk up to take the fight onto you. I'm able to land a hook.
I know you're coming for me.
Yeah, the ulti comes across, but like our sexy ends up picked on the other side. Luckily, Whisper wins the smite fight here, and the brawl the nice Q2 here from Gemzy, and so much healing on the side of Warwick as a nice scout of the week to get Zon out of that. But it's a 2-for-1. They do pick up the dragon, but yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I see you guys
we didn't feel
coming,
great
and
about
I'm
that
really
one.
hoping Miso and Dan would walk forward to help like catch the fight before you guys got on top of me. But they're able to pick out our sexy on the bot side, and Seraphine's a crucial part of you guys walking into these team fights. And I was able to survive for long enough, I guess. Whisper's securing so many smites this game.
Yeah, a really nice play here. Matt, I think, is going to pick up a solo kill right here. He tried to flash right at the end, and he will secure a solo
I think like
bolo
one frame too late.
Well, W roots you, so you can't flash while you're Wing, but yeah.
Can't you?
Cannot. W is
I
a
think you can
self-root.
redirect it. Okay.
It's just like a Caitlyn Q.
Gotcha. right at this point in the game, or just a little bit sooner, I was really considering just throwing out Orianna ult, but I was like, I don't want to do that for nothing, and I couldn't see a reason that I needed to gain that tempo. I just decided to keep the option open for me.
Yeah, the Buckaroos have about a 1k gold lead at this point, but they are down
This
to
right here
2
was
dragons.
a one combo onto me. Managed to find a plant to come get some health. That was
Yeah.
one combo from Spike at level 11. Man, Syndra's so annoying. I don't like that character.
Yep, you're eating up here. You're stacking your Seraphs.
Okay, so he gets blue buff. I run off to the side there, so I'm dropping off fish, and Gemsy runs up to the top side.
Orcus has to ult out. I mean, at this point, I'm pretty sure Orcus is feeling like he's getting hard camped because Dan has roamed twice into his lane. Gemsy's been up there multiple times. So the fact that he's only died twice and he's not down too much farm, like, I think Orcus did a fantastic job at stabilizing the best that he could. We definitely, you know, yeah, we're looking for
We run up into the top side here, and off the back of that chase, we take the Herald.
We had no way in. Like, Whisper's all the way down here. He's not here to contest. So,
I know
yeah.
you guys are on the roam, so I just secure vision, watching it come. You go for... You're aggressive right there.
Yeah, we kind of, like, we're looking, right? If I can find you or Miso, I would have happily thrown that hook, but it would have been a little bit too much. So...
I'm not giving it to you.
Yep. So, the Buckaroos just continue to defend their mid tier 1 a little bit. And, yeah, honestly, we're happy to let just our Sexy kind of pick up as much farm as he can.
Yeah, farming pretty well. 146, that was 17 minutes into the game. Gonna be happy with that.
You have your Seraphs fully stacked here. We've got our Rod of Ages at 7 on the side of Orcas, so happy there as well.
And, yeah, I know I have to build defensive items because Whisper's gonna be jumping me every fight.
Yeah, this is the point of the game where, like, now that I'm been rotated mid, I've got
so
a lot.
He engaged on me, and I just.
Oh yeah, ultimates go out from both of you, but flash from both. Spike will flash out, Sorelli's flash forward, but the command attack comes through. Gemsy's just there for the drive-by assist. He'll take that though. He'll take the extra assist gold. Nice kill, honestly. I don't know. I guess just the Seraph's shield maybe is the difference there.
Yep, that's why I've got my Seraphs. I'm happy to take that fight and go for the finish. And I know Gemsy's in the area. He runs over. Gemsy's always ready to go for a kill with me.
Whisper is coming to try and cover Orca's topside, but Matt, it feels like Matt can just sense it. There's no ward there, but Matt just backs off respectfully. So he will not drop there to an overstay. And at 18
I've got
minutes
PJ in
the
the chat
game,
telling me you can flash while set W is charging.
It's a self root.
Yeah, but I think you can. Anyway.
This is 18 minutes in. You've got like a 1,400 gold lead. Again, we've got the dragons, but you've got the feats. Yeah, I think we were feeling like okay.
So from this point in the game on,
great.
you can see a lot of my. Oh man, I walk up too far here. I'm just like struggling so hard to get some vision, but I do step out way too far. My team isn't ready. So this was my bad, but we react quickly.
No, it's a big shockwave though to cancel out the time, and then Gemsy is there with the infinite duress from a pretty long ways away. So lots of like flashes used, right? Gemsy had to flash out, you had to ulti, infinite duress is on cooldown, but I also flashed out. So a lot of abilities used as the second dragon or the third.
Also,
dragon
we're to bring Matt down to this dragon, so we were waiting to bring him down, walking to save his TP. But so we decided it's okay to sack that T1 and go for this dragon. I back and TP back in, and then I'm trying to get over to that TP in time, but I can't really contest Orcas. We call he's separated. He runs away.
Yep, we got the back on our Sexy, and trying to teleport in. Definitely like trying to find the right moment to do it.
At this point, it's 15 seconds to my ulti, so I clear mid and then try to walk over. But you guys are standing there, so I have to run all the way around.
And Matt pretty much instantly onto the side there. So Matt is Whisper is gonna drop. On the other side, Orcas and Jags are trying to fight the Buckaroos, but the Buckaroos able to space it out. Miso almost dropping, but it's a 3 for 0. Scout of the Week will come through, and finally a pick goes down as the first member of the Buckaroos falls. But Sorelius and Matt
I
continue
think
to
Matt
chase it
just
down.
crushed this fight. This
Yeah,
is
it's
all
a
him.
4-for-1, and the Buckaroos.
Matt just dunks
yeah,
the bot side of the
huge.
fight.
I mean, Dan
Kills the jungler on his own, pretty much.
I think Dan honestly had that engage. It was really nice. So credit where credit's due there.
Oh, for sure.
Trying to find that kill. Trying to find that little steal, that little cheeky double Q over the wall, but unable to snag it.
At this point in the game, I've just picked up second item, I believe, and so I'm walking out here feeling quite powerful. Matt also second item, so we're feeling strong in the solo lanes. I'm walking out mid because bot and top are so pushed, and we're trying to get some resets in and then get some vision down. We're aware the Otacon is there, but neither team has an AD carry, so nobody really wants to start Otacon.
Yeah, I mean, this is you guys have a big lead, right? Just looking at the gold difference in jungle, it's 1,000 up. The top lane gold difference is about 1,700, so some pretty big discrepancies. Our Sexy is about 1,000 gold up bot side. But yeah, overall your team is up about 2.5k. Definitely a good angle
not
for you
taking
guys.
very much damage.
Herald timed out there, ends up going down, and it did get the charge off mid, however, but both mid towers will continue to stand. Yeah, a bit of a vision game being played. Definitely the teams are stalling out, right? We see Gemsy kind of walking in here. He's going to go ahead and secure Scuttle for his team. And the vision game is in full effect at this point. Let's check what we've got. Red side can see this.
At this point in the game, it felt really difficult to... We were struggling to coordinate movements deep to get vision set up. To go any deeper. So you see me like just standing here defending Otacon and just like playing my pocket, and it's where I'm safe. Because I know if I push up at all, I'm going to have you and Tanner on top of me.
Yeah, it looks like both sides kind of set up their line, so they were more or less happy with that.
Gems with the happy feet. Dodges away.
Yeah, at this point of the game, I think we're a little bit being taken advantage. Like, I think your lane assignment is better than ours. I think we should have our, like, Syndra into Orianna still.
Orcas has a real opportunity to just open up and go in on me, but I do have a lot of kills, so I might have been able to out DPS him. But I have no heal cut yet. So I think he could have looked for an opening to try to all-in me. I'm going to play it defensively, but I think he had a chance to.
Neither carry mage able to land any any lasting damage in terms of poke onto each other. So yeah, we have this moment at 21 minutes where like the Otacon is up, and then both teams just kind of even it out, you know, like both teams ward it, kind of wait.
There's no other objective. We're letting our junglers farm, playing it out.
Oh, a bind and ulti
a nice bind.
Landing onto our Sexy. So a lot of that miso damage early through. Matt is there. Scatter the Weak onto 2 as miso will drop, and it's a shutdown landing. The follow-up hook onto Matt here, but a huge showtime, and Orcas is brought all the way to the back, headbutted back into the tower, and he will drop. It's a 1-for-1. The follow-up Scatter the Weak lands, but it's a 1-for-1 so far, and I think
it's a great pick from Spike.
Yeah, I think both teams are relatively happy with this. We're able to go 1-for-1.
I was really happy with my Shockwave, managing to hold all of you back and separate out Orcas, let us pick up a kill on the backside. I think both teams are relatively happy, and you see us just stand for a little bit.
Yeah, Gemsy
with the
ult angle here.
Oh, he just started going for it all out of nowhere. But if he had hit it, it would have been crazy, because I would have killed them. Because Encore is not up. There was definitely an opening, but it just doesn't land. And the downside is, though, now we don't have the Infinite Duress for this dragon coming up. So we're checking the timer. It's going to be about 20 seconds after the dragon that we're going to have the Infinite Duress back up. So we're trying to play for some delay game.
Yeah, Zon
but
has
it's
good vision
already
here
behind on vision.
on the side, but yeah, I mean, we'll have to see like if they're able to keep any of this up. It's really just this one kind of semi-deep ward. It's not even all the way into the bush. Jags is walking up, gets this ward down. Blast cone out a little bit.
Yep, I'm running out,
Aurelius
so
on the
now
side here.
we grouped up as 4. Buckaroo's gonna look to push out.
Okay,
But this
so
dragon has already been started, and you guys have priority.
yep, Plague's gonna get onto it. We do see the ball here on the side, but a shockwave onto Spike instantly through a big crescendo across. But look at this ultimate from Miso over all of them. Whisper with a clutch smite in order to pick it up, but the fight is going the way the Buckaroos, hands down. Nobody's even really close to dying. That's 4 down already, and it's a clean 5-for-0 ace. So they lose the dragon, but they pick up every kill in the team fight.
I'm so proud of how good our target selection has been looking lately. We've really been working on that, and it's looking so nice. I loved Miso's ult over the top there, right onto our Sexy. The calls out, like our Spike, since I hit him with the ulti, our Sexy sidesteps it, and then our Sexy gets dropped down by everybody piling on top. Oh, Buckaroos, pretty happy with that fight.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, anytime you can get a clean ace, that's yeah, pretty happy for sure. So 7-19 here. The Buckaroos are about 7k up in gold over the Zon Plague. Remember, this is a 1-3 Buckaroos into a 4-0 Plague, so this would be a massive comeback. Not comeback, but a massive underdog, an undertaking from the Buckaroos.
Yep.
5-1
nice
top
smite secures. Whisper, you guys are at Soul Point, and you have a scaling composition.
Yeah, 1-5-1 top lane, 0-5-1 jungle. Yeah, it's like a couple.
Gonna take a minute for you to get there.
Couple of lanes having a hard time taking off. Yeah, you're already up to 8 kills here in the mid lane, so big shutdowns. I will say that is one of the angles. Is some big shutdowns.
5 for the Buckaroos, walking over to Otacon, but again, both teams know that like you don't want to start Otacon without an AD carry. It's super dangerous for both of us.
We did see Emperor just take it himself last game, and I wonder if that could have been an angle for either of these teams.
We just send Gemsy up there. I don't think Zenshao would do it very well, but I mean, Gemsy could take it with the Warwick.
Yeah, TJ saying the Bucks don't look like underdogs right now. Yeah, you're absolutely right. They've got a massive gold lead here. Just looking to find ways to continue to win fights around objectives, really. The next objectives are the big ones, right? If they can win a Baron fight, if they can win a couple more dragons, if they can win this Otacon fight, that's what the Buckaroos want to do. And there's really gonna be.
So I show on bottom here. I've just showed on Vision. What are the comms like for Zon Plague at this point?
Yeah, so just seeing you wasn't really too much, but as soon as we see Gemsy here, he is seen on a ward here. The call is just okay. No mid, no jungle. Let's just burn the Otacon. Now, burn is kind of a strong word when there's no AD carry, but we do kind of commit onto it. I think teleport comes out pretty quickly, if I remember correctly, as Matt is going to get a ward down. You guys see this about halfway down. Teleport will come across from Aurelius, and at this point, Spike teleports in as well. Our Sexy with a bit of poke damage, but look at how little that effective damage is onto the
Oriana is so good for this situation right here. I have a little area that you guys have to run through.
Matt, Dan are really frontlining here very well, as Matt is going to take the engage onto Whisper. The ulti across all 5 members of the Buckaroos, but really unable to follow up on that CC, as both Orcas and Jags will drop early in this fight. So it's a 2-for-0 and the Otacon going over to the Buckaroos. Now this is Voracious instead of Ruinous, so you've got the GA. So yeah, you're happy to look for a fight at this point, but 7.5, almost 8k gold up at this point. The Buckaroos win another team fight.
Yep, but we're still sitting at Soul Points. So Zon Plague has options back into this game. We're at 29 minutes. It's a 6,000 gold lead. It's not the largest, 7-21. But so we're looking to push back out our lanes and then play for this dragon. We have to.
Yep, so, 30 minutes in, 7,500 gold up, 3 more kills, 21 to 7 in kills. Definitely taking advantage. Now there is always the Soul Dragon condition, so we still need to see the Buckaroos actually continue to push forward here. And they've got a big lead, but they need to continue to put, kind of like how we saw Freljord last game actually, where they had a big lead. We need to see them continue to push and find ways to use that pressure. That's gonna push into the side lane here. There's teleports on both these top laners.
God, that was so satisfying. Oh, all those pings.
Wards are gonna get swept out here. Hook lands here onto Dan, but this is a fairly tanky and a flash out. So instant respect flash out. And that is the teleport in. So Matt with a pretty hasty teleport there to come right to this fight. And Dragon...
It's Dragon Soul on the line. We get here early. We have the Voracious Otacon. We need to secure this Dragon. I think it's a good move.
Yep, Dragon is started here. Scatter the Weak over the wall, but it will go down. Ultimately uncontested.
I gotta play peekaboo with Whisper in the bot side. Make sure he's not up to anything sneaky in that Tri-Brush.
So second Dragon of the match. And they're really using... I mean, the Buckers are really using their spacing and their gold lead to to just push the Plague around.
You love to see it. Who doesn't love a good underdog story?
At this point in the game, a lot of shutdowns on the side of the Buckaroos. Not very many kills going over at all. So, Spike's got 4 of our 7 kills at this point in the game. So, a lot of our gold is invested into this Syndra. Bit of vision sweeping going down from both teams.
Syndra level 15. That almost to that level 3 ultimate combined with the max level W. That's such a disgusting damage spike. And then picks up this death cap. That point in the game is so scary. When you walk out of Syndra with those, when you get your 3-item spike, your level 16. Oh, you're such a scary mage.
Yeah, if we check out the vision lines from both of these teams, it does look like... Yeah, I mean, Dan and Gems are going to walk in here, though. There we go, nice little sweeper going down, so sweep some of this vision out. I like this play from you guys. You guys walked in here. This was a nice play. All 3 of you were in here. So many sweepers really being invested.
So Whisper was down next to me. I knew it.
Trying to pick up as much gold as you could, man.
Yeah, I'm just choosing to not show. I have teleport available,
Hook
but
down
none of you
onto
have
Dan.
done that.
Unbreakable Will is going to come out with a flash over from Orcas. The follow-up hook there onto Dan as well as the teleport comes out from Cerelius, but it's too little too late, and Dan will drop here. So a nice catch here from the Plague, able to collect 1, and now they've got a 5-on-4 advantage for the next about 40 seconds.
I don't know if it shows in the replay, but leading up to that, we hadn't seen a soul from the Plague for quite a while, and so you see me just hiding on the bot side, and eventually we managed to find one of you, and we find more than we bargained for. We give up Dan, but decide that if only Dan dies, you guys can't risk this Baron. So we decided to back off.
Yeah, we definitely couldn't, but it was, at this point in the game, the longer that we stall, if we can plateau the gold lead,
it's a good pickup.
The longer that we stall, we can just stall this game out a little bit, get some more items. So this does give us a chance to actually get some items in. We see some more pink wards coming through for the side of the Plague. And yeah, the Buckaroos, there's still a lot of, big gold lead, but it's a little bit smaller now. Finally cut it down. So it's only 6.9 instead of 7.5. Sweepers coming out from both teams here. The Plague definitely owning the river at this point, but both teams having vision on the major objective here. Dan and Matt are going to walk up. Ping's going down. A little root coming through. Dan with a trample. Won't quite hit. I miss a hook. Completely whiff it. Embarrassing. Orcas realizes that he's getting caught out here as they send 4 top. And he's just going to teleport out. Honestly, a great teleport, I thought, to get out
That
of
was
that.
such a cute play. We managed to find the wraparound, but then yeah, just TP's home.
Gen Z
And
starts
here,
on the objective here.
you guys have vision control in the area. I'm pushed out. I'm trying to run around through the red buff to go reconnect with my teams. You guys get a hook forward on Dan.
Yep, the ulti threw the infinite duress into the 3-man charm. Matt finds a nice engage in, but the crescent guard out from Whisper. Sorelius flashes in. Shockwave only lands onto 2 as our Sexy and Spike are hitting from the side. And as this fight goes longer, the play continue to find ways in. A flash forward, scatter the weak lands onto Dan, and it ends up being a 2-for-1 as Jags will drop on the side of Plague, but Dan and Gemsy both fall on the side of the Buckaroos. And while they're too weak to take the Baron, they decide the Dragon is up, and this will be Soul Point, and the Plague will push in onto the Soul Dragon.
Yeah, this is a soul take. As BCB realized this, they move over to the match, being spotted out on the way.
Matt's there.
Matt cut out from the banana bush.
The root is here. A nice dodge from Whisper to get away from the W damage. Miso gets hit with a stun as well, and it's a shutdown, and it's 2 more as the Plague, with their denial in the bush, they death bush on Soul Dragon instead of greeting for it. They pick up 2 more, and then they will get Soul after that. It ends up being a 4-for-1 and the Soul.
Another nice vision play out of the Plague there. We have options to play around that. We have my ball, and we have the Lucent Singularity out of Lux, and we really need to lead with those to check the bushes. So something to watch out for next time. You guys teleport immediately up to Baron here. Were you thinking we were on it, or you just wanted to force it while we had 2 down?
Nope, we want it. The idea was to force it, yeah, so we instantly go on it. We know that our take is like forever slow. But yeah, the idea is to instant force it. Now, you guys show up and look at how slow our take is. It's honestly terrible. So the call, as soon as he hits this, it's to all in. It's the engage onto Sorelius as the charm comes through. It only hits onto Dan, but look at the root, look at the chain CC, and Sorelius is shut down. And the Plague will return their vision and their focus back onto the Baron.
Yep, Whisper caught me out by being stinking late to this Baron. It's a good pick out. It's going to be really tough to defend this Baron with only 3 now. It's down to half HP. Still taking this Baron.
Yep.
Matt TP bot side is going to be pushing in this tower.
Yeah, he's pushing on the side. There's Lux ulti and there's the Warwick that can come through. So Matt is pushing on the side. The Zomplague will commit 5. The Infinite Duress, but it's straight onto the Nautilus as Nautilus will flash over the wall. Lands a hook into a bit more CC, but there's really truly no damage there. And so at the end, the Plague will select, they'll pick up another couple kills. Dan will die again, and Sorelius drops, but it's, yeah, Baron over to the Plague. Still a 2k gold lead here for the Buckaroos, though. Matt's able to get inhib. He does die for this, but you guys do get inhib, so.
Yeah, able to counter push. But it guarantees that we're not going to be able to contest that dragon. He TP'd after when I believe when he respawned, but I had already fallen. So the move was teleport bot and try to pressure through there.
At this point, there were 4 members on the Buckaroos that had shutdowns. The Plague have collected those shutdowns, so a lot of that gold coming back over. If we check the lane by lane gold, there are leads in bot and in mid, but it's a flash engage from Seraphine. It just sidestepped, but the follow-up hook does not miss, and they pick up another kill.
Yeah, the best wave clear unfortunately falls here, and it's going to be quite difficult to defend this tower, and indeed impossible as Inhib's going to fall.
The Plague are going to try and rotate over a little bit. It does look like our Sexy's going to take a more passive route here. Spike is cautious, unconfident. Matt and Gemsy are going to look to go in a shockwave onto 3, and it's a big shutdown. And Matt will take Orcas in and continue to look forward. Our Sexy trying to kind of space out, deal as much damage as he can on the back as the depth charge comes through onto Cerelius, creating more space but not really too much more damage. Whisper, a massive W2, and he does pick up the kill on the back line, but he will die for it. A noble sacrifice. But at the end of the day, it's 1 for 3, and they're able to shut down a lot of the Baron members on the Plague. So the Buckaroos with a nice hold here.
That was a nice pickup. You guys tried to... Why'd you try to force it just walk through? You wanted to match up the tempo with the wave crashing?
It's just indecision.
Yeah. It's a good hold, but still Dragon Soul over to Zon Plague. And now, how long to the Elder Dragon? My minimap's too big to see.
Yeah, we've got 1 minute and 55 seconds here until Elder Dragon. So some vision going down. I'm definitely way too far out. But you know what? Hey, I get the ward. You guys are kind of grouped up here. Cerelius still coming back from cooldown. Whisper as well, still coming back. We are 41 minutes into the game. Pretty late here into the game, Jason. A lot of players are at level 18. Spike still has to hit 18, but yeah, Gemsy, Matt, and Cerelius on the side of the Buckaroos, all level 18. You muted? I think you're muted.
Oh, yep, sure.
Yep.
Puppy dog was barking, unfortunately. Look at you here. You're winning the CS war as a support this time.
There we go. Yep, it's the little things. So, yeah, we do have a bit of a vision game going down. Some pings for vision go down. Yeah, Elder Dragon is up. This is a big fight. At this point in the game, you know, both teams have cracked an inhib, but there's still, you know, both teams have several towers down. So a big, you know, a clean fight at this point of the game will just be the end of the game. Sweepers coming through, vision control coming out, Whisper not with the team, but the fight not coming through yet. And so Whisper will continue to get some mid prio as the rest of Zon will roam up. The Buckaroos looking for a play there.
Jungler separated, so gonna look, but all 5 reunite for Zon Plague to escort Whisper back into the Dragon.
Yep.
Playing around their vision control already.
Pings come down. Everybody is spotted out here. Matt is seen on the side, on this side ward. Double wards coming down.
Getting the ball in the bush there is very nice for ability to hold vision. And play moving downwards.
Both teams a little bit split on where to engage. Matt flashes forward, but Spike instant respect flashes out, and Matt now kind of in the middle of no man's land, trying to get the right angle onto Orcas. Quite a bit of damage coming through. The ultimate from Miso over the top, but the engage onto Cerelius, the stun, root, airborne, dash. Zanyas comes through. Our Sexy is there on the side. Spike is trying to live it out in a 2 versus 1. The hook is landing onto the side. Gemsy flash forward, but it's not quite enough, and it ends up being a 4 for 1 and a team fight win for the Zon Plague.
Huge coming to this point in the game. Elder Dragon on the table and Zon Plague clutch it out.
Yeah, so again,
our
take is hilariously slow still, with no AD, but yeah, there was a lot of indecision there. I mean, Whisper and I were kind of all in onto you, but in the middle of the fight, I kind of peeled to try and pull Miso and Gemsy off of Spike, and so I think like I had impact on both sides of the fight. Matt with that flash engage,
forward,
he was so close, but he didn't end up getting it.
We're out of sync with him. Like, I'm just out of range to follow up with an ult there. I have to wait until much later in the team fight, and so we're just a bit out of sync at the start of the fight, and it ends up costing us an inhib as our second inhib. Now, as you guys all rotate over towards to threaten a Baron.
Yep, pings are gonna go down onto Baron here. We do see, yeah, we do see like the vision clearing come out. There's no wards in here, and they do have the Elder Dragon, so I can tell you for a fact the fight is just fight them when they walk into us. Matt walks into us, we land a lot of chain CC. He still gets a crazy shield off, but we've got Elder Dragon. We take the fight happily. Gemsy's in the back line trying to do what he can, trying to kill Spike, but it's just not enough. And so that will be 3. Dan is about to be 4. A root here, nice root from our sexy on the side. The hook of destiny will land, and that's going to be a clean ace and a double kill for Orcas, as the Zon Plague will push in for their 5th and final victory of the first round robin. They will go undefeated in the first round robin, Jason, and
Making
yeah,
such good use of um, this ocean map with the increased size of the bushes. Man, finding picks several times throughout the game with those.
yeah, honestly a crazy
Carrying
game.
yourself undefeated.
I think a lot closer game than maybe the records would indicate. And yeah, 26 to 26 there at the end of it. So a banger of a game. Well played, Jason.